Today I will be showing you how to make a crochet pumpkin. To start off, make a magic ring with a pumpkin color, chain 1, then single crochet 6 into it. This serves as your foundation. Also, if you look on my website, there are 3 different sizes for how big you can make your pumpkins. I am making a medium size here. Like any other normal sphere or circle thing you would crochet, the next round will be increasing each stitch around. This means that you single crochet 2 into each stitch. So 6 times 2 is, well, 12. So you should end up with 12 stitches around. The next round is where it gets a little tricky. You're going to single crochet in the back loop only, then increase in the next stitch. Repeat this 6 times around. If you don't know what a single crochet in the back loop only is, it's exactly what it sounds like. For the 4th round, single crochet in the back loop only, single crochet in the next stitch, then single crochet 2 in the next stitch, which is also known as an increase. You'll notice that I single crocheted in the back loop only on the first stitch of the round, then put my stitch marker in. You want to do this so that the place where the single crochet in the back loop only is consistent so that it forms a line. Also, like usual, the written version of this pattern is on my website, and there is also a link to a downloadable PDF pattern. Single crochet in the back loop only, put the stitch marker in, single crochet again, then increase. Repeat this 6 times around. Also, I hope you guys are using a nice orange color to make your pumpkin instead of this weird mustard yellow color. Well, I mean, I guess it could work, but it would look a little strange. But take my word and use orange. It looks better. For this next round, you're going to do a single crochet in the back loop only, and you guessed it, single crochet in the next 3 stitches, then do an increase. Isn't this pattern so predictable? I'm sure it is. Remember that this is for a medium-sized pattern and you can make a small or a large pumpkin. Just follow the pattern and don't follow the video instead. Well, do follow the video, but not exactly. For example, if you were to make a large pumpkin, you would do another round of increasing after this. Now you will start the rounds of where you are going to be building up the sides of the pumpkin. You are going to repeat these rounds several times. Single crochet in the back loop only, then single crochet 5. And if you have not noticed something unusual about this video, then perhaps you should watch my other crochet videos. And if you have watched them but can't find the difference, well, let me tell you. So this video, I chose to speed up all of the crocheting parts instead of skipping over it like the previous ones. Which one do you prefer? Let me know. Repeat this round for 7 rounds. So you will end up with 36 stitches in each of the rounds. This is only if you are making a medium-sized pumpkin. Remember that if you are making a small or a large pumpkin, be sure to follow the pattern, although I guess you can see that already. Now I am finishing up the last few stitches of my 12th round. This is my last round of simply single crocheting. Then I will go into my decreases. Like before, the first stitch in your round will always be a single crochet in the back loop only. So do it again. Do 3 more single crochets after that, then do an invisible decrease. This is not a single crochet 2 together, this is an invisible decrease. There is a clear difference, and if you don't know that, I am very offended. Bead crocheting, yay! I'm just wondering, does anyone else get anxiety over watching someone crochet this fast? Like, this shouldn't happen. There was my single crochet in the back loop only, and my first single crochet, my second single crochet, and watch my invisible decrease, which, by the way, is not a single crochet 2 together. And now I go. Look at me going so fast. If only crocheting worked this fast in real life. And now I'm unwinding yarn. Oh, the pain of unwinding yarn. For your 15th round, this is when the opening starts to get really teeny tiny. You're gonna only do 1 single crochet in between the single crochet and the back loop only in all capitals, and the invisible decrease also in all capitals. You know, now that this looks like this, how it's kind of a bowl shape, doesn't it look like one of those trick-or-treating can things, you know? Like those things that you would carry around when you were little. And now we will be filling them with stuffing instead of candy. Now, these last few rounds are the trickiest because you have a giant ball that you're trying to crochet onto and like 2 stitches that you have to do. And a lot of them are invisible decreases. You might have noticed that we're not doing a single crochet in the back loop anymore. Like the start, we did 2 rounds with no single crochet in the back loop only, so now we are going to finish off the last 2 rounds of the pumpkin with simply single crochets and decreases. Well, mostly decreases. This last round is the hardest. You're gonna do all invisible decreases, and you're gonna end up with 6 stitches, which is really teeny tiny. So, yeah, it's hard. Once you reach the last stitch of your teeny tiny round, do a slip stitch into the next stitch and fasten off. Be sure you leave a long tail for sewing. You're gonna need it, trust me. Thread your yarn needle with the long tail from your pumpkin. Haha, tricked ya. No, we're not gonna be doing this first. We're gonna be doing this first. Sounds the same, but look. We must close the teeny tiny hole. Then stick it under the back loops that you did. Remember those good old back loop only stitches? Yeah, we're gonna make the indents with those. Keep going until you reach the end of the round. When you're at the end of the round, stick your needle through and make a stitch underneath, then go on to the next round. Repeat this 6 times around. Are you tired of hearing 6 times around yet? Well, this is probably one of the last times I'll say it, but I won't give away any hints. Ah, look at how fast that went. If only this could go this fast in real life. Now I am going to gently pull on the end of the yarn to make light indents in the pumpkin thing. There will be 6 grooves here because 6 is an even number. Isn't 6 the magical number in crocheting? Fasten off and weave in the ends. Then get some brown yarn for the stem, and hopefully your brown yarn does not look like this. I'm not sure what happened to this, but it's like this now. So we're gonna have to work with it. Untangling time. Yay! Now that this monstrosity is finally untangled, we can start working on the stem. Make a magic ring and single crochet 6. Here's the return of the single crochet 6 again. Single crochet, put the stitch marker in, then single crochet again in that stitch, single crochet in the next stitch, 2 single crochets in the next stitch, which is also known as an increase. Repeat this increase single crochet pattern for 3 times around, not 6 this time, haha. Here comes the return of an old stitch. Can you guess what it is? It's a single crochet in the back loop only. Do 9 for this round, and then you'll be done with single crochet in the back loop onlys for this pattern. Well, kind of. Speedy speed. Well, that went by fast. Now, do 2 more additional rows of single crochets in each stitch. Oh, look. Now I gotta untangle more yarn. By the way, this is real-time footage right here, so this is actually how slow it took me to untangle the yarn. Yeah, that was fun. Now my yarn is successfully untangled and I have finished the stem. I'm gonna slip stitch into the first stitch of the round to fasten off. And look, of course, more untangling. People, this is a lesson. Do not let your yarn look like this. It will take a very, very long time to untangle it. Now that I've cut the yarn, we can get rid of this monstrosity forever. Now take out a much nicer looking green ball of yarn. Make a slip knot. We're going to be making the leaf. Attach the slip knot onto the end of the stem like this, so pull it through like it is simply another yarn loop. For a medium pumpkin, chain 7. Now, no matter what size pumpkin you're making, you're going to do a slip stitch in the next chain over. So don't do it in the chain you just did, do it in the second chain from the hook. Do a single crochet, a half double crochet, a half double crochet, a single crochet, and a slip stitch to finish off one side of the leaf. Single crochet and slip stitch. Now for the other side. To do the other side, flip your leaf around 180 degrees so it is now backwards. Repeat the same stitch pattern in the bumps, which are the chains, on the other side. A little tricky to get your hook into the very teeny tiny chain, but if you can make a pumpkin circle that ends up in a teeny tiny round, then you can do this. Single crochet and slip stitch. Now cut a small piece of yarn and fasten off. Take this end of yarn and weave it in using a yarn needle. Weave it in back and forth several times before cutting it to make sure that it won't come undone. As you can see, I like to weave it back and forth between the joining from the leaf to the stem to make sure that it is really secure. I am weaving it in one final time, and now I'm going to take stuffing to stuff the stem. You don't need a ton of stuffing here, but you do need a little bit. Now we will be putting the last piece of the pumpkin on, the stem. Thread the end of the brown yarn from the pumpkin with a yarn needle. Then use a ladder stitch to sew it onto the top of the pumpkin. If you don't know what a ladder stitch, it looks like, well, a ladder. You go back and forth between the two surfaces. This is what a ladder stitch looks like when it's sped up. As you can see, I'm weaving my yarn needle back and forth between the two surfaces and only doing a small stitch on each surface before going to the next surface, if that makes sense. Fastening off for the last time in this pattern. So fasten off and weave in the ends. Now we are cutting the last pieces of yarn for this pattern. Now you're done with the pumpkin. Now for the final results. This is what the pumpkin looks like. This is the medium-sized pumpkin, and for comparison, I'll show you the small pumpkin. Oh, and let's throw in the big pumpkin too. They're all a big happy family. Aren't they cute?
Ew, are those pumpkins I see? I really want those. Let me go towards them. Yum, yum, yum. Trick or treat, and happy Halloween.